Hello, 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 hello.
Recording stopped.
Okay. Uh, uh, oh, uh, I don't like it. I think it's just not sensitive. Hey, that's fair.
are ready, we can start. But you have a clock, right, Islam?
Yeah, I have the clock. Should be good one for this treatment.
I have mine, but if you want to use yours, it's a better clock.
Yeah, I think it's a bit So we put it here anyway, right?
We don't need these anymore. That maybe you sit there.
You think that's better?
I
can
think
see the clock better.
but this is dangerous.
That's not dangerous.
Yeah. I
I'm not
prefer
gonna-
you
Would you
here,
put it-
here,
I don't see the clock.
here.
Okay.
Let me give me a moment. This goes away. This goes away. I don't want. And this one.
Yeah. Oh.
You happy?
Happy? Are you happy?
Yes, I promise not to trip over that. You don't trust me.
No, I trust you, but I guarantee my position. All right.
So the clock is
By
here.
the way, 3 breaks each.
3 breaks each.
Mhm.
Okay. And the toilet. Okay, the toilet is part of the.
There.
Okay.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. All of them are there.
They're allowed.
They're allowed. Not the hands.
Hopefully.
I don't know where it's, so I'm going outside for a second.
So, welcome everybody to the final of the 6th Merit Open Montenegro Grand Prix. I'm your host today on the microphone. My name is Tobias Hellwag, and I can see the chat. So, in case you have any questions or some great input, I try my best to involve you. We saw previously they rolled for direction. This will be a superb final. Two extraordinary players. And yeah, what to say? The way for both of them, the last match they got into the final was to beat Noda Gabur. And he came in third. And now these are the two remaining players. There were two ways to enter the final. One was over the defeated round, so you could have one loss, yeah, and then play shorter matches, but I think like 2 or 3 more. And the other way is never be defeated. That was Mislav's way. But this is now a knockout match, so the winner of this is the winner of this tournament. And we are straight into a position. Already very complex. So, hello everybody. And your host today on the microphone. My name is Tobias Hellmann. And I can see the chat, so
Oh,
in case you have any questions,
you are too close to me.
okay. So we are right in a position, and Mislav is certainly on the trigger here, and he has to think when he wants to pull it. You never want to give the cube out of hand too soon, especially when the opponent has an anchor. So 2 options here, either prime, which is very often the likely play when you have many checkers to lock up, like more than one, yeah. Or you could attack and make a point, yeah. Very often the right decision. It's like, especially against an anchor, you prefer prime because you can't really blitz behind an anchor. So, what are the considerations for black? Akiko has options, like for sure she makes a point, but now the question is, will she give her 8 point and hit on the 5, or will she just bring a spare down and make the point? And so what would speak for hitting would be like the blot on the blood Mislav has on his ace point. But giving up the 8 is also a significant loss of structure. Still not in doubling territory. There's too much contact, but this shot is missed. It's getting closer. So interesting. Stepping up certainly loses a little bit of contact, but also gains more and more control in the outfield. Plus, there's not enough. There's not enough. Black cannot play. Has not enough ammunition to wait on the 23. Needs to go either from the anchor or from the 23. So bringing it up to the 22. That was behind this decision. And now we see the double. It does look like a take, since there can be numbers which leave directly a shot, like 5-1, for example. We just see that it's rolled. There have been other numbers like 4-1, which would be an indirect shot, like 6-5. All these were leaving shots. Also, since there were like 4 on the midpoint plus the guy on the 15 of Mislav, there were 5 checkers, and there's like no roll to clear 5 checkers. Black has enough structure to create a great counter play anytime Black hits a checker. So White can either cover the blot on the ace or play to the 8. There would be also a third play, like instead of going 15 to 14, it could be also like 15 to 10. But 6 to 5 is very often so bad in distribution that you're not considering. But very often it's also right to move the loose guy in front, more frontwards. Okay, 4-1. You definitely don't want to step up, but what are the choices? It's not always only about what you want, it's also about what you got here. And that's a poor choice also. So giving that 2 bad choices, he had to choose one and decided to stay back. Double 1. Akiko's choices are now either making the bar and slotting the 5 or just making the 5. I guess the old rule of Paul McGrill of decision making would be like, what are the common parts of both plays? Yeah. So in both ways, you would probably slot the 5 and slot the 6 and consider 2 more aces to play. It looks like a very strong choice. On the other hand, it's very hard to really get a 6 prime. It only you can only get a real 6 prime with like double 6 or 5-1 for 2 or 6-5. But slotting and making the bar, I mean, this is the easiest way, I guess, to win. And the hits of Mislav, he still wants them, but they would be poisoned with the two blots on the ace and the two. Two one. So there are two concepts, and this was a very fast decision. There would be also a freezing concept, stepping up on the 23, but Mislav decided he needs a board now because maybe his best way is to hit soon, and he can't deal with these two blots. So that was what I said before, making the 5, but also have to break the just freshly made 6 prime again. So this is a fantastic number. This solves basically all problems at once. Um, this basically turns the position from not good enough to a technically too good. So what is the use of the midpoint is Mislav's question, and he decided there's not enough use for it, and there can be a downside. Having the midpoint can also mean extra gammons when being hit on the ace, or when you can't solve it smoothly later. So his choice was probably anti-gammon losing choice. Yeah, we have two very considerate, very elite players. They're kind of a similar breed. They're like sometimes you have these challengers who, after a couple of decisions or at a late point of a match, they will just look to bring it to an end. This is probably not happening between the both of them. They will use up all their energy, and they won't notice when it's gone. So you will see a really tough fight and some great decisions here. And also, they will take their time to think when it's time to think. So we will have a lot of time to talk. Definitely, you don't need a 7 prime, yeah. But she decided that her distribution will be the best after that choice. And still the target is playing for gammon. So now a 7 would be here like her favorite number. Breaking the prime, I doubt that she would choose that, just simply because there are some wins on jeopardy. And our wins have the way higher price. So here would be like double aces, like a really super joker. 1-6, 1-3, 1-2, which are just probably too many. She's considerate looking at her options. There's no reason to rush. From what I've seen from her and what I know about her, I'm pretty sure this will be her choice. Which point to cover? And yeah, so if you cover the four, you could end up with a 5 point board still, which provides some winnings. But if you make the deuce now, it's easier to clean up the other blots maybe, but you settle already for like a 4 point board. And I'm sure Mislav will figure this out. He's a great player with good positional knowledge. And I don't think this position is entirely new to him. And since there were many sequences to break the prime, and the board of Mislav is still strong, it was not a play on anymore. My prediction is this is at least like 2 or 3 hours. They will use their clock time efficiently. They won't waste anything. Mislav is well rested. He had a day off yesterday, just playing the doubles. Akiko, by the way, she's in the finals of the doubles. She also played the doubles yesterday beside the tournament. She had a very strong partner, Alain Barbillon from France. And now we are in game two. Standard opening. And now still in known territory. I've seen many people in the chat arrived. Hello, Denise. Hello, Ingrid. Hello, CJ. Hello, Alonso. Yeah, very nice to see you. Bill is here. Hello. Yeah. Hitting is clear. Yeah, and going out is the right direction. Only very little merits to bring a builder to the bar. Many more by walking out. You're faster. That's the direction. Free the back checkers. Double four is a good number, but probably also not the best. And again, we have a similar concept like in the game before. Against the anchor and multiple checkers, priming is like the top choice most often. 6-5. We will see the 5 point now. And the question is the 5. Either slot in the 3 or just clean up the blot. So Mislav managed to escape the back checker and made an outfield anchor. There's still a lot of contact that's not so easy to clear. Also similarities to the first game. Akiko is freeing a blot because she doesn't have the timing to keep it back. And if it would have been hit, there would be still the blood on the juice. So was very understandable what she did. So slotting is the best way to make new points, and you need a strong board in case it comes to contact. So I was a little bit surprised about Akiko's 3. Double 5, clear from the rear. Still a lot of contact, but now we have a cube hot position. Mislav doesn't hesitate. He knows it, ships it over, and I can see a take here. Let's see what's Akiko's choice. She doesn't see a take here, okay. Just too many pips, not enough contact. That's her call on that position. Game number 3. A little lead for Akiko. Nothing decisive, nothing, no score adjustments needed now. It's a long match, 17 points. Oh, Jacques is mentioning there's an audio delay for about 15 seconds. Let me check if we can fix that.
It's not.
It's not. Okay, okay. So maybe misconception. So this is a little bit hard to see for everybody, but there's a black checker on the blue triangle, and so the anchor is like top choice. Very often you want to make the 11 point. It's just a great point of control, and also a big asset to make the own 5 point. But challenging the guy on the 9 is in this early stage the better idea. Game goes on. Black is in better position, possessing both 5 points. Like 2 or 3 decades ago, there was a quote from Frank Talbot: "Whenever I own both 5 points, I double. It's just such a strong position." Of course, now we know more about the game, and he's probably also more considerate. But whenever owning 2 5 points and people back, then you're definitely in the driving seat. Double 4 coming out and making the 9 point. It looks like, yeah, I don't see any competitor in the moves. I don't see the competing moves, and neither did Akiko. 1-6, definitely a hit. And again, we have the McGrill safe versus bold criteria. There's a blot in Akiko's board, so we are not shy to hit these. Yes. Mislav knows how to handle the situation. Making points, of course, is great. And now it's mostly about the 4. Now he has to care about his frontboard position is getting stronger and stronger, but he needs to get out of that. And if he already had another point, this could be a double. Oh. 4 stone grows on trees, but the 4 point is also a very strong asset. I don't want to challenge him on his decision. This is what I call action. This is what I call action. What will we see here now? Well, the first thing is probably counting shots. So this is 12 numbers to hit on the 23. So now there's an additional 1 3, the 1 1 we got already. There's a 1 3, a 3 3, and a 4 3. This is 5 additional. 70 hits, almost half the field, and then completely outboarded. But there is also these dancing numbers. You have to deduct the McGrill called these ITAs, immediate turnarounds. And so these 4 dancing numbers deducted from the 13 makes it less, make you see some light. Now there's another fascinating decision. Another priming point, make it harder to come in, or hitting the second blot and freeing your own checker. And that is a real decision. This is a real decision. Madison, this is very interesting. And this is another interesting choice. No direct hitting numbers, cleaning up all the blots. Very interesting, very, very interesting position. Very interesting choice. I haven't even considered the third move. I would have needed more time for that decision. But they have good experience and know how to budget their time. Yeah. Like in the past, it was a little challenge of Mislav. He was a little bit like Mochi. Very often he sacrificed a lot of time at the beginning just to get on the right track. But maybe with his free day and yesterday and all the practice from the previous days, he is already on the track. And he decided to use his time later. So priming was crucial. This is why he didn't. He kept the bar slotted, and Kiko was fortunate to roll a 6 right away. But since she wasn't a favorite, she didn't turn the cube. Now it's very, very interesting. Is there another play on? Do we see another play on? Is this again too good? Will we see a double? Oh, there's still the 4 point to be filled. There are 6s, 4s, and 1s hitting, but there are missing numbers. What are they? What are they? What's her worst number? If you don't see really a bad number, usually you can wait with the cube, just as a technical play on. So what about the race? Another aspect of the game. About the race. This is like 7, 9. White was up 22 pips, around 22 pips, I guess. So clear pass to me and clear pass to Mislav. And now we have a lead, 4-1. And small considerations starts kicking in. I mean, it's still a long match. 5-3, anchoring up or making the 3-point. I'm sure this is in Roberti's book about the opening. There were many pages about the 5-3. This is the second volume of Roberti's openings. And Akiko's choice was to button up. Mislav hit. And again, like in the first 3 games, he starts out to be favorite, but Akiko always find a way to counter. Yeah, looking for contact, the field is wide open. And you don't want to give the guy on the 11 easy living. Context makes all choices harder. Want to see more of the field, and you're not afraid of being hit. Still a question. You could have also double slotted or bring a guy down. And now, how to deal this position. So this would clear the bar point, but it pounds like the counterpoint of the anchor, the 10 point. This is like actually the point he wants to clear from now on, but he can solve all problems by cubing. He figured this position out. I guess he knew it already. This was part of his decision making of making this move. He knew what cube action would follow up. Julie is in the chat. Hello, Julie. Alex is in the chat. Hello. We have a great crew of spectators here. I think there's enough contact left for a take. Should be some raise equity left too. But once again, Akiko has a different call on that position, and she gives it a pass, preserving her lead. And now it's 13 away, 15 away to her favor. Hitting is clear, and when you hit with a 6, you like to split your back checkers. Three, 6. So far, all moves, common decisions. Don't think any disagreements, any challenges, and we can see it by the speed they play. These are all standards to them. So this is a common part. This is a common part. You need the infield point. When it's about hitting and clearing, then you need the anchor. And the last one was just picking it up. Double 3. Great counterplay from now on. Because what Mislav needs is a hit to win this game, and to make these hits effective, you need points. Double hit wasn't really a choice because there are no direct covers. Hold position would have been very stripped. The 5/5 guy on the 8 is not what you want, but there were no real good alternatives. So you're not hitting in this position against a stronger board. Oh, this is a very strong roll, double 4. Definitely in doubling territory, cube hot position. And that just looked like a good roll, but it's actually not. So most likely thing is making the 4-point and 3-2. Yeah, making the best point possible and giving the least good point up, but also slotting the 2 next points in a way. So play without alternatives. And if black managed to break the contact, the game is over. And basically you want to double before the game is over. So what to do now? To do now is counting. Cool, now is counting. 9 and 6 is 15. 15 and on that side. Definitely enough contact. 5-3 makes a point. Hoping white enters with a 5. This is maximum contact and best for the board. Shots can come anytime. 6-5, for example, is an immediate bad number. It's not what we see here. What we see here is double 2. And the thing repeats. Now switching the point maybe, or clearing the midpoint and again pounding the counterpoint of the 5-point, the 11-point. Not really trivial. Could be details could make the difference, but that's a board choice. Akiko is a double world champion. She knows what she's doing. Always respect her choice. Hey, my friend from the Ukraine is also there. And Jürgen, hello everybody. Nice to see so many people watching, and I tell you, it's really worth, yeah. Very rarely you see such a great match as a final. Two options. Bringing the spare from the 11 in, making it easier to clear the 11, but also putting a little bit of pressure on the blot on the 23. The other choice would have been clearing a point. And again, small details matter. I think it was a very fine choice. Would have been 6-4. That was trivial, just bringing the guy out. Less gammons, more to play. Now 6-2 was easier, only one choice. 2-1, making another point of a prime, the bar point, and another 2-1, and this is very strong. Now Mislav really wants an ace, but first of all he wants to come in because now is the point where Kiko wants to clear, and this is what we are going to see now. Yeah, she will give him 1-6, 1-5 because it's just the best point while he's on the bar. Yeah, and of course you look at it. Yeah, it is decisive, and even if you know your moves, you still have a second look. Once you push the clock, it's over. So Mislav's thinking is, how many gammons if I keep the blot on the ace? How many gammons if I keep the blot on the ace? How many extra wins do I get? And definitely a great choice now, because better be not on the bar. 5-2, you still want these points. There's still contact. 6-3 would be an immediate shot. 6-6 would be an immediate shot. And they agreed to legal moves. These are not the tournament rules. They both agreed to it. And 4-1 leaves her in a better position than 5-1, what she saw. Nice gentleman agreement of two players in a final. They both have a lot of respect for each other, knowing very well the abilities of the opponent. Now only 4 bad numbers left for Kiko, 5-1 and 6-1, 1-6 and 1-5. The Mislav target is to bring the people in. As long as he doesn't really have to waste plots, he could. It was right to wait running from the anchor, but now there's a blot on the ace, and we see a shot. How exciting is this? I thought this game is over, but unfortunately, we would have looked at an even score after the hit. Clear double, clear pass. That way, 99% of the time, it's like 6-2 for Kiko now, which is, as the pro says, 11 away, 15 away. Both players, by the way, can take breaks. Each player has 3 breaks. Each break should be about 5 minutes, if I'm right. You see a man sitting on a high chair. This is John Broomfield, the chief referee. So in any kind of dispute, or if one of the players forget to press the clock or anything, John will say something. Nice, experienced gentleman from London, and he has his job as chief referee for quite some while. He is at all WBF tournaments. Only bad thing, I don't know. Yes, he can. From his side, he can see the clock, so it's a very nice setup. Pico took a caution. Learning from Mislav, he always travels with a caution. And you should always do what supports you. All details matter. It's a battle of energy, as my friend Maya Paicheva from Bulgaria said. Backgammon is a battle of energy, so better feel comfortable and don't waste energy somewhere. Blitzing position, 4-6. Not what you wanted. Not what you wanted. Looks like cube action. Ah, we have a more getting significant lead. Doesn't look like cube action, but very close, very close. I would have spent a thought, would have spent a thought. I see immediately more than 30 hits and three blots. So even with a lead, I start thinking here. Definitely a hit. Definitely a hit. It's the only way to hit. Oh, there is a guy on the, again, it's a little hard to see. The black checker on the blue triangle, there's a guy on the bar. So the 5 point was also possible, but with all these plots, you need to make an action move. Yeah, you can't just give your opponent free moves because if white is not on the bar, also making the 5 point and gaining a significantly ground in this game. So the hit was clear and consideration is never wrong. Didn't spend too much time on that. And now, what's going on now? Outboarded, three blots, pointing numbers. And with the lead and at the score, to me, that isn't too good. That isn't too good. So I would double and then think about if that could be still a take. So just to make it clear for all the spectators, there is a guy on the bar which is hard to see, but there were like 8 pointing numbers on the 4 point. There's a million other shots where basically 4 3s are duplicated. Anything extra, yeah, like the 6 2. Haven't seen cube action, so it's probably a score consideration. Because at an even score, sure we saw this cube flying. Cube is coming now. Had to be at one point. So basically, what has Mislav accomplished in his position? I mean, he moved a guy from the 6 to the 4, and he gave up the 24 point. Like he moved a 2 3 plus a single 2. Not many accomplishments. While Akiko made 2 extra points and has several spares in position to keep on pointing on him. How much? I mean, after the anchor, there's a lot of counterplay, but sometimes you don't get an anchor, and there will be a lot of gammons, and you need to anchor soon because you need to create something. I wouldn't like to play that position. I wouldn't like to play this position. Of course, it would be great. It would be great to be able to ship a 4 back. Also like non-hitting numbers, like 1 6. So this is a way of consideration. You need to figure out the spectrum of numbers. What is really bad for my opponent? What is really great for my opponent? How do I deal when a bad roll happened? How do I deal when a great roll happened for my opponent? And then trying to make the accounting and see This is a wonderful thing with Mislav. When in doubt, figure out. He goes very deep in this position, gives us time to talk about it. Yeah. So I mentioned already, like 6-1 is a non-hitting number, double six is the other non-hitting numbers, and I believe all other numbers hit. But how do they hit? Yeah. 2-1, 3-1, 4-1 are double hits. And then the combinations, all combinations of threes, fours, and fives are pointing numbers, like 15 great numbers. Of course, it's none of these numbers. There's no closeout number, so there's always a little bit life left, even if black has a great roll. Yeah. And again, the thought about the score. Mislav is eager to turn a four cube. And the thing with the blitzes is once they fail, yeah, usually there's like bad timing, there's back checkers which don't have long time to get home safe. The problem is the counterplay. He has only a point slotted, and the point slotted is just a victim. The point slotted is just a victim. So this is all his accomplishments. I mean, I played a lot of tournaments lately, and I'm a little bit toast in my brain. So, but from my instincts, so when I can't rely on my brain, I have to rely on my instincts. And my choice would be a pass, but so happy to see how this plays out. This is a position really worth thinking about, and we see what he saved his time to. It's for this cube action. Chance to give a four cube. He perceives this position as a chance to give a four cube. Yeah, this is why it takes so much time. Some remarks here. People recommend different board colors. I think you're right for the spectators on the screen. This is not an ideal solution. For the players, I think it's very well to see. I played with this color scheme, and sometimes also it's better for perception to play with a mild color scheme. I mean, colors, this is known by science, they have an effect on us. They have an effect on us. We are trained, and red is like a warning color. And I think in general, it's better not to have red involved on the board. Now it's a little bit easier. Oh, okay. It's better to see now. Maybe we can move that back. There was more brightness coming up. There was more brightness coming up. Okay, we have some We have some insights from the chat. Somebody consulted the best tool we have, which is XG. And if I get it right, this tool says this is a take. And of course, for XG, nothing is on stake. But a good decision is a good decision. And you see it's also score dependent because it would have been a clear pass at starting score. I cannot really blame Mislav. I would have made the same choice. We can see it must have been close, and probably also at a certain point you choose. How much more time do I want to burn for that decision? Yeah, will I figure it out? Yeah. So nobody looks on the board and just sees numbers. They're not popping up. So you have to see what suits you best to win this match. And took this decision. 6-1. And once again, Mislav starts out from the driving seat. Once again, we see a good counter from Kiko. And 4-6. Yeah, I think they did something. We see the board a little bit brighter. I think there are better contrasts now. So the merits of bringing a guy down, of course, for many people, it feels like another victim, but it's a duplication. And you certainly need another point, another checker to make another point. And I liked Mislav's move. 4-3. And again, a tough choice. Should you make the anchor or the 3-point? I guess the 3-point is right. Maximizing contact, maximizing board strength. He is more and more looking for gammons now. We are getting closer. We are getting closer. He is already near cube territory. Just the point hasn't come yet. So is this equity up or equity down for black? I say it's equity up, but it's certainly not the best roll. Yeah, hitting with a point, bringing new builders, bringing new spares, making a lot of pips, a lot of good things for black, but there's still a shot and another crucial miss. 4 is clear. So he wants to preserve also the spare on the midpoint, and this is a positional aspect. It's a very important positional aspect of the of this position. Could be stuck, or he could be in a position where he has to give it up. So that shows his caliber. Going out is a move not everybody would have done. He knows his position and played it. So, double two. What were the other option? Going to the 15, going to the 11. Going to the 11 would be sweet, but solving 1 point is just less contact, and less contact is a target when you're up in the race. Getting a race lead, cutting the contact, that's the concept Of course, you can't enforce it. You have to play your roles. But if the roles are for it, that's what you want to do. 2-3. So either 13-8 or 15-10. 5-1. They all go to the same point. The same point. And now slot the 7, slot the 8. They are basically not only builders, they are also slots. Another great role for Kiko. And now, well, it's a great role, but it's also a difficult one. Where is the last 3? Yeah, and this makes a lot of sense, of course. Having the best board possible against the anchor and no shots, but still leaves a lot of contact. A lot of contact. And with his lead, she has to think about it, but I doubt she's doubling. I doubt she's doubling with his lead. Mislav still looking for the moment to turn a 4-cube. We would see a snap take. If she doubles this, we would see a snap take. I mean, you could. What is a development you maybe want to wait for? Okay, 6-6 would lose her market. 5-5, still she gets something out of her pass. Okay, there's another score consideration. She wants to make 2 points, not 1 point, because she wants to keep an odd score. To me, it was a little bit premature, but that was her choice. Snap take from Mislav. Snap take from Mislav. And now, that would have been the point I was waiting for. So, by the way, is this a Michi position like the dragon with the tail? The dragon with the tail. So if the guy wouldn't be, if Kiko didn't have a spare on the 5, this is a clear run from the 21. But with a spare, how much does that change? Really, very tough choice. Very tough choice. Could have been the same, just clearing the midpoint could be also just right. Because now you have to do it, and now you have these blots. It's an unfortunate development for Mislav. Kiko basically got what she wanted out of the position without rolling a joker, which would have been a double. Double ace, great roll. More clearing numbers afterwards when she goes to the 11. This is a known technical move. She still looks into the position. She has a lot of time. That's her right. Anyhow, it will end up like that. Yeah. Okay, being prepared, having a full prime. 4-1. And now she will spend a little bit of time. What will she do? She's facing a full prime now, but she will also face a full prime next roll. Yeah. So the trend is not favoring waiting, maybe. He most likely doesn't have to destroy anything. If he had to destroy his board or his prime, then the trend would be positive for her to wait. It won't, on the other hand, it's not getting worse for her if she waits. Well, a little bit, getting the spare from where she wants it to. Yeah, had profit out of that. She made profit out of that. So far, luck is a little bit one-sided. And if there's not really a frequent sequence, we will look at a 808 score. At a 808 score soon for Akiko. And still 15 away for Mislav. No tail here. Alex said about the last position. Okay. We have an active chat. We have a lot of people watching. Very happy about this. We have a high quality final here of a wonderful tournament. Oh, and now there are even gammons on. Now there are even gammons on. Not many though. Not many. So it's just a game. Yeah, of course, there could be like a triple 3-1 sequence, but every roll needs to be a double now, and he starts with one, so it's still possible. 5-3 is already too good. They're both in the flow. Nobody is wants to take a break here. They're focused. They have a lot of time. There's still a long way to go. And now we do see a break. This is a break, and not sure who took it. I would say Mislav took it, and if he did so, it was a good choice because it affects you, steering on and back sequences. It affects you. It's good to get the brain fresh, little bit of fresh air, some cold water in the face. Yeah, top choice from a good competitor. And there would be a lot of things to say, but I'm also in need of a tiny break, and I will be back like in 3 and 4 minutes at the microphone. If you have any questions, please write something in the chat. I'm very happy to answer if I can. And otherwise, see you in a minute.
No,
So, gentlemen, the players are back, or they are getting to be back, and I'm back. I needed a little break. It's coughing season, and I caught the trend. So I need, I want to try to do it while I'm not on the microphone. But if you hear a little bit, just excuse me. So yeah, interesting maybe to know. As usual on tournaments of the Merit Series. This is in a private suite played. So some of the broadcasts were different than the days before. I mean, the days before we had a different light and a different angle. And this private room was just prepared today. So I think it already the lightning is already a little bit improved, but it's fine for the players. And this is what it has to be, like the perfect circumstances for the players. So yeah, thank you for your kind feedback. Thank you everybody. Yeah, Jacques, what French words exactly? um, okay, Mislav is in position. The chair referee is not back, and so is his opponent, the two-time world champion Akiko. She is also still missing. In this private room, they have refreshments and they have complete silence. It's on a different floor. They can't hear us at all. They can't hear people cheering like in the big ballroom. It will be on a giant screen, the big ballroom where the tournament is. They're completely undistracted. There any questions I might be able to answer? Okay. The director just changed the mode here. So I guess your messages are getting delayed. Still trying to answer if there's time. Yeah, the technical director made some changes. And Akiko is back. Akiko is back. Yeah, she gets her hair nicely as she announced. The first time we see her in green color. Green is the color of hope. Yeah, nice wave. She was absent for like 2 years. Now she's definitely back with his final with his appearance in another final. And Mislav, the former German champion and world team champion, so they both won a lot of titles, both great players. For three stand-up opening, especially when like Mislav, you're looking for gammons. 5-4, yes. The other play would be a little bit more flexible, doing the 4-point, but you would go for a weaker point and also leaving shots. And as far as I know, he did the perfect choice. 2-6. So, well, it looks like you have to develop some of your back checkers, and he has the same call on the position. And another lights out, well, almost a super joker from Akiko. 2-2, hitting in the outfield, making a point in the infield. This is so sweet. This is so sweet when you roll like this. So let's see. Okay. It is about positioning of the checkers. It's not that he is intending to blitz. He just didn't. He just didn't want it to get the spare of the mid away. He didn't want it to put a checker on the bar. So there was only one option to hit. That was what made his choice. Kiko came back with a 2-6. Not a great response, but it worked out very well because Mislav sent 1-4. Not many other options. And finally he hit something. Finally he hit something. This is an open game. And again, Akiko, she's so hot. She's so hot. She just rolled another double, hitting, making a priming point. And that's also not necessary since there are two checkers on the bar. The main target is the infield points. Top target would be the 5-point, and so she doesn't have to make the bar. It's more profit for her to keep the builders. And certainly good choice to do the 3-point. Especially when you blitz, it's sometimes nice to have an insurance. You can be a little bit more loose, or there's still some equity left when everything goes wrong. So we know what's happening with the 4. 5 is also like forced by logic. Poor Mislav. And what's happening now? And again, the position is the position for Mislav is still that he is eager to turn at one time a 4 cube. Yeah, so he has a tendency to take a lot deeper, at that score. But of course, he's not taking forever. Immediately, you can see that there are 28 covering numbers, which gives Kiko the best 4-point board she can get. Plus, there are still 2 men on the roof. So, how big is the craving to turn a 4 cube? He can resist. And I think this was, to me, another good pass. Sometimes there are surprises when you see the analyzes. Sometimes there are surprises, but you have to make a choice over the board. You never see numbers when you look at the board. So you look into a development, and the development he saw was just not enough for a take. And also for her, at 808 score, she really would have loved to win a gammon. Putting her in hitting distance, being 4-away. Any other later gammon would win her the match. Okay, this time Mislav catches up with double 2. And if Akiko doesn't hit, I think we might see an early cube here. We might see an early cube here. But maybe that's too early. Let's see how the position ends up. So, 2 blobs in the outfield, but hard to reach. Not really a blitzing position. If it would be a blitzing position, would be very trigger happy, but at 24 and 23, Black is rather safe. Kiko is rather safe there. 3-2. The dice are not spoiling Mislav. So, of course, he has a way better spectrum of dice when this succeeds. But giving her a chance to hit with 8s and 7s, at least with 2/3 of the 8s, but all 7s is like 10 numbers. 3-5 would have been blocked. 10 numbers. So every risk at this point stands for something. So he knows he's in cube territory. Every move, every roll, every time there's a cube decision now. And we are getting closer. This was not a brilliant roll. This was not a brilliant roll. So getting out to the bar means she can get with a point, but it will never be an infield point. So board strikes would be the same. Yeah. It could be like also you could also bring like the loose checker from the 9 to the 8. This could also be a consideration. Yeah. Oh, and this now he wished he would have doubled, but he knew what he was doing. He wished he would have doubled before. That could very well be a market loser. If she doesn't hit back, this is the end of the game. Yeah, so either making the 5 prime or hitting. This is a common part, so now it's only about the last one. Will we see another great turnaround from Akiko? Well, we see another great turnaround from Akiko. Yeah. Another lights out, only 4 numbers which do the job. 3-6 and 3-4, she rolled it. She rolled it. 3-2, at least Mislav was not dancing that time. 3-2 is not a lights out number. Saving the blood from the 18 or hitting with a point. Or hitting with a point, equalizing board strength. Yeah, that's an active move. Yeah, that's an active move. 6s are duplicated. Always in every sport, in every sport, you want to keep the initiative, keeping the opponent under pressure. You want to be the one who acts. Yeah. Wow, and how does she act? I mean, wow, another double. This is so sweet. Being on the bar and making infield points or outfield points after entering. What a blessed rolling. What a blessed rolling. Well, as we just recently heard, there was an interview with Akiko, and she said, what's her secret? And she said, I believe I'm lucky. And that's a good help. That's a good help, not giving up. That's a good help staying relaxed. That's a good help perceiving the odds not against you. I mean, when you think you're an unlucky person, maybe fear becomes part of your decision process, and this is very often leading you wrong. This is often leading you wrong. Yeah, 5-2 looks like the top choice. This is not a position to hit. You need to develop here the back checkers. Yeah, the hits the hits are such a turnaround that you want to minimize them. Yeah, this is why she took the blot from the 7 to the 4. Of course, when things go well, and they often go well, the checker would be much better placed at the bar, but just the turnarounds are so big. So just to let everybody know, she's not playing for too good. She's not playing for too good. There's still a lot of play on both sides. Kiko has a way better position, but she also has to be careful. She also has to be careful. She still has to bring a checker home, and it looks more and more easy. Blocking one checker and leaving a short, hard decision, the most cruelest hit. The most cruelest hit. Yeah. Well, just to explain everybody, it doesn't matter how fierce you are, the dice are the dice, yeah. And they don't get better if you're more determined, and they don't get worse, if you're less confident, It's just random. Just random. So too early to break the prime. Too early to break the prime because it's much more gammons when the six can't when Mislav can't play the sixes outside. Gammons is really what you want. Yeah, there's not a high risk. There's not a high risk here, and gammons are a huge gain. With such a lead, it's very, very difficult to turn the cube for her. Yeah, so she has to fight for every extra point, and now it's even less risk. Everybody in. So that's also an interesting concept. Most of the spectators will know it's about killing numbers. You preserve your prime longer when you can't play certain numbers. Yeah. So Mislav was killing his fives. Would have been the same in that sequence, but in some sequences it would have been different. So now it looks like for a long time he'll be able to keep a 4-point board, even if he doesn't roll a six. 3-1, one of his worst rolls again. Double three would be the worst. Double two the second worst. 3-2 just afterwards, but 6-3. Well, this also leaves you awkward, so just bear off. But Akiko sees this. She just takes her time. She has 15 minutes on the clock, doing everything right. Mislav gets the desired six. Akiko clearing a point. Well, he wants to win this, and there are chances for a shot, but I think the main priority is saving the gammon now. It would be great for him to roll a 5 or a 6 to get out. Well, some plotting numbers. maybe like more than 8 for sure. All combinations of 6, 5, and 4. Plus some 2s were also bad. And the high doubles. Probably 9. Or 13 bad numbers. Anyhow, she didn't roll them. Spilled milk to count them now. Yeah, don't waste anything, I guess, because on what are you gaining? Ah, I see. He doesn't want to be pointed on. But on the other hand, yeah, he's still in the active fight against the gammon. Okay. Even here, he spends time and finds better solutions than most players. Yeah. Same number of crossovers, more closing numbers in case. Yeah. We still don't see we still don't see a blot from Akiko. But now everything without a 2 and a double. And she just rolls again the best. At least get out of here, Mislav. Yeah, he does that. He can still save the gammon with an ace, but this is not what Akiko is going to roll. So it's 3 away, 15 away. 3 away, 15 away. Oh, it was undoubled. Sorry. Sorry. It was undoubled. So it's actually that is a huge difference. 5 away. 5 away, 15 away. Only 10 points difference. Mislav can do it. Yeah. Just very hard for her to find the right spot for doubles, to turn the cube. For 5, I would say equity down. He was a favorite to make a point. Didn't do it. Yeah, and because he already brought 2 down, the gammon opening, now he has to run. Usually you don't do this with 4-5. Akiko hits again, and the pressure never ends for Mislav. The pressure never ends. But the game is not over. I tell you this. This game is not over. And the match also not. But it's harder and harder. 2-1. Yeah, why not make points instead of just having blots? Mislav has a simple choice here. And we see one of those rare misses of Akiko. Oh, there's a couple of good numbers. 1-5, 1-3, 3-5, 3-6, 4-6, so la la. So the 5 point we don't see a defensive anchor. And I guess we see another, he brings it to the 9. This is my prediction. Leads to the most gammons. Most likely he will not be hit. He wants a full roll next roll. He wants a full. If he puts a check on the bar, maybe he gets some action hits after she couldn't hit with a point, but he wants a full roll. I think 13-9 is a move, even though nobody likes to strip the mid. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants to strip the midpoint, but It looks like he could win more gammons by doing that. Having more checkers in the zone, having a full roll. It's a tough decision. It's a tough decision. I mean, you prefer to have the spare on the mid. You prefer to develop your back checkers at a certain point, but also you're rated to be on the bar next roll when you go out to the bar. Ah, that's interesting. He's duplicating her numbers, keeping the spare on the midpoint. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Well, I love Akiko, but this is really one-sided, you know. Oh, at least something. At least something. Mislav stays alive. Mislav stays alive. Yeah. You can't do all at once, you know, and there's no rush. You have so much time to free the back checker, you know, don't need to do it right now. And 6-4. Wow. Do we see a change now? And Akiko has a 2, but she can't hit. She needs it for entering. 5-4 would make the prime double 2, double 1, 6-1, 6-4. There are numbers and Mislav. Yeah, he has to gamble a little bit. I mean, just in case he rolls something, he doesn't want to get a point for it. Yeah, he wants to get 4. There's much room left. Akiko takes. Certainly an infield point, and now yeah, tough choices, tough choices. Very tough choice, but I mean these plots are dangerous. Leaving plots in the outfield, I can see the danger. He knows the danger, but on the other hand, he still has to do something. He still has to do something, and the spare on the 8 is not such a tremendous help for him. But the good thing, Akiko has 2 checkers back. Maybe also some people haven't spotted that, because again, we have a little color problem with the black checkers. So there's one on the roof now. Akiko has one guy on the roof. For sure does this 4, and it looks most natural he goes to the 23. Yeah, picking up, I understand, but I mean, this is a big play, and you need the big points. Big points, big play. Well done, Mislav. And he gets rewarded. He sent the cube. He did everything right. Now it goes in his direction, maybe. Another tough decision. Does he take time or is he just playing that? Okay. So now he's really in the driving seat. In an advanced position in the driving seat. We haven't had this for a long time for Mislav. But anytime Akiko rolls a 2, she's back. 1-3. 1-3. That's almost like a 2. That's almost like a 2. 1-5. Do we see a hit? Wow, this is an exciting game now. This is an exciting game. I think he has to hit. He has to hit. I would hit on the 2, hit on the ace. Really? This play he will spend time? No, he won't. Okay. So this is known territory for him. He seems to be clear on this position. He has made his mind about his plan. Hmm. Well, we shouldn't play results, but sequence. Double two. So certainly the 9 point has no merits. This is not what he's going to do. The 9 point has no. The only merit of the 9 point is that the double aces would still make him the full prime. Yeah, this is the only reason for the 9 point. More likely is like 11, 9, 5, 3, or 7 and 11. Yeah, he could make the 6 prime also to the 2 point. The most likely way of making the 6 prime. So we will see another deuce coming from 11 to 9, and then he will think about the last one. He thinks about, oh, right. He thinks about giving him time to hit the ace. More gammons, maybe. Um, very hard decision. Very hard decision. It's 3-1. Yeah, must play to the 8, right? 11-8. I mean, now this is a commitment. What else you want to do? The spare on the 6 is so valuable. You can't remove it. You can't break your prime. So this is the only other play. 5. There are a lot of plots anyhow. So hitting is considerable. Actually, so now there's probably more hits because the 4 hits, the 6 hits, the entering 4, the entering 6. But otherwise all the 2. So yeah, this should be the least hits. She chooses safest play. And she is winning. Yeah, go for the prime. She will win a lot of time with any 6 anyhow. I think this is the right choice. It is a difficult question. It is a difficult question. This is where are more turnarounds? I would have chosen the other play. Now Mislav can do the full prime or the anchor. What's the right medicine? What's the right medicine here? So my pick would be the prime. My pick is the prime. I mean, I don't see how you get another chance to make the prime if you don't make it now. You can leave it slotted, huh? Can leave it slotted. Can leave it slotted. Yeah. So that's a thing about the commentary, yeah. When you talk too fast, you have not enough time to think. So if you make the anchor, do you keep this? Do you keep the point slotted? He chose to make the prime. That was my first idea too. What a great position. What's his best roll now? Definitely not this. He everything but a 6. Well, the 6 goes first. Yeah, but the ace is also clear. Yeah. Now he really wants to Akiko to roll a 6. And she does. 6-1, not a bad roll at all. But Kiko can't roll a 5 now. She's in serious trouble. Yeah, that's a bad number. It's small, but not small enough. It's small, but not small enough. Really? Really? She wants to preserve a 4 prime and sacrifice a blot. Hmm. So there are many gammons anyhow. There are many gammons anyhow. I think you preserve maybe you position the best, leaving a blot on the 7. On the 7, you 4 prime has a lot of value. And if you give the 6 point up, it's very tough to win this game. It's very hard to win this game with this kind of position. How do you want to do that? How do you want to do that? Okay, yeah. I have a 3 point board now. 6-1, like one of the worst. I mean, there were a couple of breaking numbers, but this is killing a checker too. Yeah. 6-1. So we see sun and rain at the same time. Hitting a checker but not covering. Semi-joker. Definitely equity up for Kiko. Definitely equity up now for Mislav. Is he afraid of the jokers or does he just want to give him the best spectrum of wins and gammons? Every two will hit if he leaves the anchor, but he's way more flexible. But this is still very flexible. Okay. Clearly decides to keep more spare time to think. With 2-5, the other play would have worked better. But let's not play results. Do we see a 6, a 10, a 12, or no, we see a 11? Would have hit the other way. Just said, let's not play results, but oh, what a tough decision. What a tough decision. Maybe not so tough at all, just go to the 8, right? I mean, you don't want to risk being pointed on. What about going to the 8? Yes, no. Okay, no 5, no 6, no 1. Wow, there's a lot to this move. There's a lot to this move. It's good that he has saved time to think. This is where you need it. This is where you need it. Was actually this roll was really equity down. That was really equity down. So how to handle it now? I mean, if he does that, he gets like hit everywhere. Yeah, there are some numbers where he can't move, where Kiko can't move the back checker, and of course, this is none of them. At least the positive side for him, she has just a 3 point board. He's entering, she still has to get 3 checkers safe. Sometimes spreading blots this is the safest way, yeah, because right now she is not in danger to get hit. Really, she's not in danger to get hit. Um, so the only hitting number right now would be like double 6. You can't be afraid of one number. You have to play the spectrum. Sometimes blots are the safest play. Keep that in mind. Because now she has like a lot of numbers where she can make a point, and that's when you want to be safe. Yeah. If you make the point, if she makes the point before, then she has to spread blots. If she spreads the blots now, she can make points later. Yeah. I think very good play by Akiko. 6-3, directly challenging those blots. Very often that's the right idea. Very often that's the right idea. What is the alternative? Playing to the 2 and maybe just getting indirects? What leaves a direct shot? 5-3 maybe. Anyhow, that's not what is here. It's 6-1. Only double 6 is hitting. It's dancing. Okay, 1 to the 3 and 1 to the 11. Looks like an easy move. That's the best she could do. Forced. So, is she really thinking about the cube? She really thinking about the cube? Well, thinking never hurts. Thinking never hurts. And if you're thinking, you're not thinking only about now, you're also thinking about the moment when you will turn it. Sometimes you figure out in this position it's too early, but at least you should figure out when is the point when it's right, because you don't want to miss it if you already invested time. Yeah, the old McGrill logic, going with the common part. And now does she clear the 8 point? It seems like a good time, leaving only 4 shots. 4-5, 5-4, 6-3, and 3-6. Okay, this is another. So she did 2 in, 4 to 1, and now the choice is either 8 to 5 or 11 to 8. 4 shots or no shots. Yeah, but for indirect ones and maybe more probable to direct ones later, 4 is very easy, and there's an easy switch. Two one, 3-1, double one. These are the numbers which leave the shot. We see one of them. So she wants to get a little bit closer, but certainly not into a double shot. That's all she could do. This is like 14 threes plus 4 sevens. So half the field hits, and he rolled the other half. Yeah, out and keep going. And now, well, what is the risk? She's risking with double 6 and double 5, but she also wins a couple of gammons here. She also wins a couple of gammons here, not too many. Can Mislav find a take here? I doubt it. So probably you just want to turn the 4 when you're sure you don't see the 8. Yeah. I think she's turning the 4. I mean, the double take window is super small here. Yeah, and this is just not enough. This is just not enough. So that he would hit a shot in the next sequence would be like very low probability. It's only like Tiepken starts with either double six or double five, and then he had like 11 good numbers, which is like 22 numbers. So it's like 1.5% short equity in the next sequence. And sure, there's a little short equity later, but not much because such a big amount on spares and so little points to clear. Race was complete toast. So now it's 3 away, 15 away. Uh, with every little advantage and some games Mislav can double. Whenever Akiko has any chance of winning a gammon, she should always play for undoubled gammon. It's very difficult at all for her to turn the cube. So somehow we have start getting bad internet now. There's a storm coming up here in Montenegro. Maybe it's because of the storm. I hope you still can hear me. So every position is a cube hot position for Mislav. When he has so when there are some gammons in the air and he's around 50%, he doesn't even need to be 50% if there are just a little more gammons. Is a shot. The sixes are duplicated. Okay, that's clear. That's clear. Actually, everything was clear here. Also, the cube will be clear. Oh, not now. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ah, that's really tough, to look into these roles as an opponent and stay cool and calm and focused. 1-6 was a good counter, and I think I would double this, and he does as well. Yeah, yeah, he does as well. Yeah, you certainly don't want to miss your market. Yeah, and there are quite some gammons around. I mean, once he hits and she's not entering or not hitting back, and you pick up a couple of gammons because this is uh, takes a lot of pips to shuffle them around from the midpoint. She finds a take, brings her to Crawford. At her score, it's more convenient to own a cube than to turn a cube. So he could hit and move it to the 2, leaving 6 numbers, but also picking up a couple of more gammons. Play safe with bringing it to the 8, leaving only double 5 and 6-4. But way less gammons. And he needs to take his chances, I think. I like his move. Kiko was a favorite to enter, but a small favorite, and she's doesn't spend time on the bar here. Double 1, double 2, 5, 3, double 5, those are the numbers, yeah. 6-4 cleans all the blots up. Could have hit as well, but that's probably just too much. On the other hand, not really clear. I mean, the gammons are worth so much, and also it helps him to win the position. I mean, it's still she managed to roll a 4. It's not so easy. Believe it or not, that's like equity down for her. She wanted a 4 or a 6. Ah, okay, at least she had a spare on the 7. Again, I didn't see it. So she doesn't have to break her inner board. She will move to the 15. Yeah. Kiko won't touch her inner board. I know her. She knows the value of that. Another pick and pass. No, of course you want to pick and pass. But he doesn't want to overlook anything. Doesn't want to overlook anything. He doesn't like, of course, 2 spares on the 2, but it's not 2 spares on the 2. It's just what he needs to do in the position. It's not like he likes a picture of the position. He likes to remove. He likes to remove her from the 3. 1-5. Equity up, even though she has to break her 6 point. Good move from Mislav. The hit also, but he wants to hit with an ace. He doesn't want to hit with a 7. So this is like the perfect distribution. I like his move. And now we're on black again. That was a little bit quick. It was clear. And this time she fans. And this time she fans, and yeah, Mislav get himself new delay time. 3-2 to the 8. Not many choices. Can't kill any checkers. Yeah, it's 3 shots, but you can't play it other. 3-1. Now he's very happy he has the guy on the 8. It's a shot anyhow. So probably it's hitting because it wins some gammons. And now you hit, right? Oh, 3-5. It looks like the whole thing will be over soon. Kiko has some chances to win a gammon. She's not a favorite to win a gammon here. Anytime she wants, she can end the game by turning the cube, but she's winning too many gammons. This is clearly too good. Come on, Mislav, roll a 6. Give us some excitement. This is the other side of midnight. 4-1, right? Bringing builders, not just for make a point, but mainly for pick and pass. Double 3, technical move. Looks like 14 and 9. Well, whatever she does. She's looking if she can make like closing doubles, like can she make double four work? Well, she can, but if she does, she does not good for the position on another hand. So you like the spare on the two. Of course, you want the plots in your own outfield on different positions. So this is the only solution I see. Yeah. Sometimes you make a move not just because it's great, it means you make this move because all the other checkers are just where you want them. Yeah. Sometimes this is a reason why you make a specific move. Yeah. And the same applies here. Yeah. Well, there are some technical details about the two, but it looks all fine to me. Double six plays well. Double five plays well. All the doubles play well. Yeah. A lot of pick and pass. Technical thing. It's probably to the 4 and to the 10. Yeah, look like she has the same thinking like me. So now we see something. This is since it might be one of her last choices. She takes a little bit more time. That's good time management again. Yeah, could be very well being a gammon this game, and then the whole match is over, and she will be the winner of this tournament. So she can sacrifice a little time, even on small technical details. Yeah, it might very well be her last decision. Yeah. Mislav is still a favorite to save the gammon in this position. Even more, this was equity down for her. This is equity up for him. Gammons are really low now. And my guess is like around 8%. Maybe even less, 6 or 7. Now, of course, this was equity up for him. Was a good roll for her, but not really equity up because it wasn't a double, not a changing number. This was a little bit equity down for him, one of his worst, still in safe territory. This is really equity down. We see a double. This is so cruel. Oh my God. Mislav. He needs a 5 or a 6. Ah, like something like 70 good numbers or 18 good numbers. That's it. Sorry, Mislav. Well done, Akiko. Yeah, well, very well done. She played the most matches in this tournament. She played the most matches coming to, I think, was like last four of the undefeated and then playing like another four matches in the defeated, making it back to the final, winning the doubles with his partner Alain Babillon, and now winning the whole tournament. Big congrats to Akiko. What a comeback. What a comeback. She adds another tournament to her list. Still a great tournament for Mislav. And if you don't know his name already, you will know his name now. And yeah, thanks you all for watching. And I hope you enjoyed it a little bit. And see you soon at another tournament. Bye.